Uh, Messed it up. It's all right. Um, my 2015 season was strong. Myself and my team, Monster Energy, DRT, Kawasaki, we worked hard and put in some good results, and hopefully put on a good show for everyone. Unfortunately, I didn't end up so well at the Nations. I ended up having a crash, but to finish third in the World Championship was awesome, and we led a lot of laps and we won a lot of races. So that was really good. The British Championship, I had lots of fun racing the British Championship and putting on a good show for the fans and for everyone that was there. It was great competition, and unfortunately the last race I had to miss and due to my crash, and I didn't get the title. But at the end of the day, I still had a really good fun time this year racing it and enjoyed it. So my favourite moment probably was when I won my first Grand Prix in Lommel, and that was for Dixon, the Dixon team, and that was awesome. A great feeling, all the work we put in to come around and win the race. That was pretty cool. But I've had a lot of good races. I've won 3 other Grand Prix this year, and they're all equally as good. So any time when I'm on top of the box, that's good for me. How is the Kawasaki? The Kawasaki was working really well this year. We had a really good setup and we worked hard to find that. I had a good group of people around me and we got some good settings that I was comfortable with and comfortable to be able to go fast. So I think that's the main thing. Compared to any other bikes, you can't really compare. You just have to make the best of each situation, make the best of what you're given, and then go to the race and see how you end up. But I obviously had some good races, so the bike was working well.
How did your 2015 season go for you personally?
2015 season for myself, it's definitely been the best season of my career. I would say that I met my goals. I set out to win the British Championship and I managed to achieve that. Not only did I achieve the championship, I managed to win all 8 rounds of the championship, so that was a massive highlight of my season. I set out a goal of finishing top 5 in the World Championship. I managed to achieve that as well. At times it was tough. Didn't think I could maybe make it, but at the end I finished 4th in the championship, winning 2 GPs and a 2nd place on the podium at the penultimate round in Mexico. So overall, met all my expectations for the year. Made a trip across to Unadilla for the AMA National and finished 4th position there as well. So overall, it's just been a great season. Definitely massive thanks to my team, Hitachi Construction Machinery, Revo, KTM, everyone that supported me, and ultimately I'm the guy that gets the credit up on the podium or week in, week out, but there's so many people behind me that's made this possible, so big thanks to them, and just a massive thanks to KTM for helping me out, and it's good to pay them back with the results that I've had. This year, getting the factory support from KTM midway through the season was a massive bonus to me. As a rider, you're always looking to get that little bit better support, and to have the opportunity in Unadilla and for the second half of the 2015 World Championship, I managed to get factory material and factory bikes from KTM in Austria. So that was a massive part of the progression to the end of my season. Really having the best material out on track, having the best engines and suspension and development through the week really helped me a lot as well. So big hats off to KTM for doing that, and ultimately they repaid me with supporting me with factory material for 2016, which is a great thing as well. So really been pleased with it. The new 2016 bike ticks all the boxes, and it's really something that's race worthy and really almost ready to go, pulled out of the crate. So yeah, just an overall amazing bike really. Something that I've always wanted to do. I really couldn't have went there at a better time really. We went straight after my GP win in Lommel, so I went 1-1 for first overall at Lommel GP. We flew straight out to Unadilla, and people recognised me. People kind of knew who I was, which I was kind of a bit curious. I didn't really know if they would recognise me or know who I was, but from there I really just wanted to have a great experience and come home with a big smile on my face, and having seen the way the tracks were prepped and the different riders and just the whole experience to actually get a 4th overall finish at that weekend was just amazing. So I came home, as I said, with a big smile on my face and just ticked a massive thing off my list of things that I wanted to do in my career, and I definitely wouldn't say no to going back to racing in America. I would probably say the biggest differences between the AMA Nationals and the World Championships in motocross is probably the 2-day against the 1-day format. So in America they run a 1-day format, whereas in Europe we run a 2-day format. So the 2-day format is quite a bit more tiring, takes a lot more out of the teams and the riders, but in America it's kind of over before you know it. So there's positives and negatives for both of the systems. The way they prepare the tracks as well is quite a bit different, so it was quite hard to adjust to all these factors just for one weekend in America, but overall I like parts of both series, and there's definitely things that could be learned from each series, you know, from one another. So definitely look forward to the future to see what each series has got to hold, and as I said, I might be back in America, but at the moment I think my future is in the World Championships. I think I've still got a little bit more to give there, so looking forward to 2016 and beyond.
How did your 2015 season go?
Yeah, my season this year was a bit up and down, and started off really strong with good results in Argentina and the first couple of British years. Bit of bad luck, and then through the middle as well, yeah, had a bit of bad luck, a few bad results, then another good result, and it was a bit up and down from there on, and didn't finish where I wanted to finish, 3rd in both championships, but yeah, I'm still happy with that, and yeah, looking forward to next year.
Right. What do you think of 2016 KTM?
Yeah, the new 2016 KTM is definitely a lot different than the 15. When I rode it, it seems to turn a lot better, and yeah, I'm looking forward to having it as a new challenge to learn the bike and to get it set up ready for next year.
Right, final question. Are you riding a full MX2 GP season next year?
Yeah, in 2016 I'll be riding the full MX2 World Championship, and yeah, that's been my dream to do that since I was little, and yeah, can't wait to start training again and getting ready for that.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty tough season for me, to be honest. Obviously starting with a few different manufacturers and stuff. Yeah, stopped racing in the middle of the year, so kind of like stopped racing, retired a little bit, and then managed to get a deal to go race out in South Africa, which was pretty cool. And so I did 5 nationals out there, and they went pretty good. And then Harry Koulas left the Suzuki team, and Neil Prince phoned me up and offered me to ride the last couple of British Championships on his team, which was awesome, and had some good rides and showed a bit of potential, and luckily did enough to get a ride for next season, you know. So I've always looked at Neil as a great team manager, and he's always worked good with his riders. So yeah, I'm just pumped to have the opportunity to work with these guys for next season. Yeah, I think the bike's great. You know, from the first day I tested the bike with Neil, yeah, I thought it was awesome. You know, the engine's really good, revs on really far, and the chassis is unbelievable. You know, the way that the bike turns and stuff. So I think definitely for the 2016 season, once I get a good winter under my belt and we do some good testing, I think it's going to be a great year. You know, I kind of just jumped on the bike with Harry Koulas' settings. So yeah, I think after a productive off season, we can definitely find a little bit more pace that we need going into next year. Yeah, well, I'll be riding for the Heads and Threads Suzuki team. We'll be doing the 8 British Championship rounds, as well as some MX Nationals, and then I'll be flying out to South Africa to do the South African Nationals, which is a 7-round series. So that's pretty much going to fill my year up, and yeah, I'll start base training next week. So got a hard 8 weeks ahead of us, and then I'm off to South Africa for a month in January to start my riding, and just finish off my base training with some decent weather. So that's my plans for 2016.
I work and right, can I start again?
Start again.
Hold on. Okay. Right, let me do that again.